we were, now is phase 1 and phase 2 something you would recommend as in-season type of
Yeah, it
exercises?
could definitely be in-season type of stuff, especially after a practice. You got 45 minutes to come in. You want the athletes to do something. You know, that's a great time to do, hey, 2 sets of 8 of this, or, you know, your 3 sets, and get them in here, keep them acclimated to the weight room, the routines in here, so when they get in the off season and doing some of the other lifts, it's not foreign to them.
Okay.
Would it be impermissible for some athletes to do these on game days, phase 1? I'm talking like during our enhancement period in the middle of the day, in the early afternoon.
Yeah,
late
some of these possibly, as long as they're not doing really any weight and you're using it as activation. Say, football game Friday night, you come in here and you want to just get the bridges or a little bit of the step-ups just to get the muscles activated, but nothing fatiguing. And I wouldn't go high reps or high sets, just to get basically like a precursor to a warm-up is all I would have them do. Otherwise, I just have them wait and just get your normal game day warm-up in and keep it kind of that way.
Would you be worried about a freshman JV athlete doing more strength stuff? Spring, we have games all over the place, and it's hard to get kids in. You know, there's a chance it might be rainouts, they're scheduled to come in. And obviously, a varsity kid's going to be competing at the highest level with a freshman JV. Would it be wrong for them to do a regular workout and still play their game? Are they more likely to get injured?
Yeah, you're just probably increasing the chances of them getting
Phase
some
1
type of
even?
injury. Yeah, because the amount of volume and training that they've gone through and are prepared for. This, to them, the next day, they're going to be as sore as if you and I did phase 4 at, 90% of our 1-rep max, or what,
What if they did it the
80%.
morning before school? Because we've talked to a lot of schools, I don't know all of us, but some of us have talked to other schools. There are schools out there that they do all their stuff before school, and if kids have a game that night, they have a game that night, and they're successful at it. We only researched the best, we didn't call schools that weren't any good.
I mean, personally, I would hold either if you're coming in and you're doing something, it'd be, again, basically an extension of a warm-up to get hips activated and get the muscles, keep the muscles going that you want them to be using when they're playing. I wouldn't probably do a workout before a game. So again, it's probably a little bit more dependent on the level of training your athlete's at and how much training they've done in their career. An athlete that's done a lot of exercise and a lot of training can probably handle a little bit more, something like that. Again, keeping it lightweight, body weight, activation type stuff, which is basically, like I said, just becoming an extension of a warm-up.
Well, it's not ideal, but in an in-season situation, in order to get our kids to get their lifts in, I shouldn't say their lifts, their workouts in, are we going to get stuck in a situation where we can't do it because games get canceled and all that in the spring?
You just need to be careful though, like, if they do a workout in the morning, they're gonna reach fatigue, they're gonna be tired throughout the day. Once they get into a game, it's when an athlete reaches that point of fatigue, and if they're still participating, that chance of injury has dramatically increased because their form is gonna lack. So, I mean, if they're working out and they tell you that they're getting tired, they're fatigued, and they need to be pulled, it's when they push past that they're gonna get injured. So I would say if they're gonna work out, do that, but once they're in the game and they're reaching fatigue, they need a sub, they need to come up, they need a rest, otherwise that chance of injury has just gone up dramatically. So that's one thing you gotta be careful of.
I know a lot of times teams will pair film with their lifting days, so I've had JV freshman guys, they had their game Monday or Tuesday. The next day to start their practice, they come up and they start in the weight room.
Well, we always do that. I'm just saying in the
Yeah.
spring, it's such a hodgepodge with cancellations. I think in fall and winter, it's fine for the most part. But in spring,
Yeah.
I can just see in a situation where some of our coaches have mentioned that it's going to be hard for them to get on location because they're off location already. Getting them, so, doing things during enhancement would be a way to, help them out.
Yeah, and I would definitely, if it's in the spring and enhancement period, coming in and being able to do it
40-minute
day
period.
one, like the phase 1 stuff, just so that they, like you said, to keep some type of strength going and maintaining. Ideally, it would be like the day after a game or something like that. as far as on a game day, again, I would say just making sure that the athlete keeps it light and easy.
Well, there's enough things in here with technique
Yep.
that I think our kids would have no problem working on technique on a game day. Our
Yeah,
younger kids.
and like
academy.
like a varsity guy that's trained quite a bit with you guys, yeah, phase one, just don't let, say, hey, just come in, basically it's a extension of a warm-up, like you said. A JV freshman kid, maybe it's taking it back a little bit, cut a set, just have them do one set and get through everything, and then take them through warm-up or something like that. I know it's not ideal. Like I said, most ideal is a day after a game, because unless the rain out, you have a game Monday and a game Tuesday type deal. But then maybe if it's Wednesday, because you have a day off or 2 days off. And the spring is the hardest to try training in season because of the weather in Wisconsin. And you typically already have 2, if not 3, competitions in a week. You might have 2 during the week and 1 on the weekends, or a doubleheader.